Gail had this idea of, well, Phoenix is nice and all, but also a snake is shedding old skin and renewal and life, moving on forward with life, basically. It shed, and I really connected with that. I became an amputee in 2017 on my left, and then 2019 on my right, so becoming a double amputee. I founded the Amputee Coalition of Toronto, and I provide support to new and existing amputees to provide them peer support. So when you see other people that are thriving, you see other people that are amputees doing their thing, it helps motivate you, to recover and to go out there and do things.
Me and Felipe are here to do a collaborative, so we're both working on art to be transferred then onto prosthetic casts for Aristotle.
I've been following chronic ache forever. I love tattoos. I have a couple of tattoos, and I'm always like, one day I'm going to work with Chronic Ink on a design for myself. And so when this opportunity came up and Chronic Ink reached out to me, it was just like, absolutely.
Even before getting onto paper, I think there was a lot of verbal discussion and verbal agreement with just what our strengths are as artists, and also just how we could make this work as a collaborative. Maybe it's easier for him to work on one subject and me to work on another subject.
So we decided to make one thing as a flower, a chrysanthemum, and another thing as a snake. I'm doing the chrysanthemum.
I said, I'll look and research who could do something like that, and right at the top of my list was Alleles. I'm quite excited, and I think it's a great one for Alleles to also work on to see what can be done with the covers. So when I came to them, I said I wanted the flowers for sure. It has to have the flowers in it.
Chrysanthemum, it's a nice meaning as well. It's the flower of the empire. We spoke with Aristotle, and he really enjoyed it.
I feel my life has always been a reinvention every couple of years. My bout with my amputation isn't the first of my bouts in life. This is my fourth bout in life. She hit something there with me with a snake, and I'm like, oh my gosh, absolutely. And I think that meant a lot now. Reflecting on it, it's like, yeah, you shed the old and you just grow and move forward.
I think Aristotle, he understands everything as an art. There's no perfection on art, so it's something that he knows that is unique for him. It's unique, only one, I hope it is the most important to him. It's not the best thing or the worst thing, but it's his thing, hopefully he's gonna like it, of course.
It's funny because you kind of have a picture in your head when you actually see it put on and together. I love them. Wow, that is awesome. Representation is obviously important to me. Make sure we see other people like myself out there, that's thriving. This way it's well, no, there's lots of us that exist. We just need to find our community. And so I created that community so that other people do not have to feel what I felt like when I left the hospital.
And I also really believe that everyone deserves to have art on their bodies. I think this is just such an amazing, honorable opportunity, and I'm so glad that Aristotle liked my art.
So before I show you, I saw something yesterday. It says people need art in their house. They don't need Bed Bath & Beyond dentist office art. They need weird stuff. So we did something weird for you. I hope you'll like it.
Oh, that's awesome.
You like it?
Yeah. I think it matches, yeah.
Match each other, right?
Yeah,
totally,
sure.
yeah.
I love them. They work really well together. It's a coherent design, even though they're made by two artists. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. Again, the vision I had in my head would be the porcelain vase, so that's why it's white. And I wanted it to look like it's fragile and it'll break, and and then the design itself was just it was beyond my expectation. Collaborating with both of them and what they thought after sharing my story with them and coming up with this design and again, coming up with a coherent look for these prosthetics, I think I've made the right choice. Whatever I've gone through in my life, in these amputations or my illnesses and everything I've gone through, it's am I really going to hold that back and become disabled by it? So I've shed all that. I've shed the grief, I've shed the anger, and I'm moving on with my life and I'm happier for it.